Hi, my name is Serena, and I make these videos for my dad, Reynaldo Nava, who is a general surgeon at Baldwin Park Kaiser in California. Now, I also make them because I'm asking for his financial backing in starting a home-based business. Um, I'm 20 years old, and it was in July, or yeah, June. Sorry, my bad. June 15th, I had gotten out of high school. Now, I've made previous videos about this, but I wanted to state all that before in case anyone's new here. Um, Also, I made a video earlier today, but I don't think I explained everything very well, so I'm going to explain it again, also because I got a text message from my dad today. Now, he said that that if maybe I should find a house for myself, find a place to rent for myself, and then he would pay the rent. Now, for me, I don't want that, only like for a few concerns, but also the biggest concern is that for the last year he had been paying rent for a place with property for me and my mom, and that was all well and good and stuff, and it was really nice and it was pretty cool of him, but the story along with it is pretty interesting. So I'll tell you that in a minute. But also, my other concern is that he's always been kind of late with money, with paying for rent and paying for things. Phone bills and stuff were one of them because I used to get collection calls because I've been on his phone plan for a while. The other thing is that he's never really been one to like talk about money. So even if I were to look for a place to rent, it would be very hard to say anything like, what's the price to look at or anything like that because I would never know because he's never been one to talk to me about any of that type of stuff. So, so those are all my red flags concerning this. But besides that, the big point is also that, he was paying rent for me and my mom for about a year. Now, that story goes like this. Um, in 2013, me and my mom were living in Salem, Oregon. I didn't like it there. I wanted to move out. So, with that, she honored my wishes and we started looking for a place in North Idaho. Now, we had lived in North Idaho 2 years before that and I loved it here. I thought everything was great and so I wanted to come back. After looking through a few different places, we both settled on the car ride home actually, we both settled on this trailer, which is a 1993 Kit Companion fifth wheel type of thing. Um, by November of 2013, we were paying for the trailer and going to we were paying for the trailer and leaving Salem, Oregon to move back to North Idaho. After cleaning up the trailer, doing all that stuff, we settled in for the winter. So, and then that's kind of all anticlimactic. By May by May of 2014, I had gotten contact with my dad had contacted me again and said he'd like to come up and see me. And one of these impromptu visits. Now, I talked about these in another video, but I'll explain them again here. These impromptu visits were a lot of visits where he would call like the day before or so and say like, "Hey, I'm tripping on a plane tomorrow to come and see you." So that's all well and good stuff. Um, so that's all interesting. I mean, I shouldn't say well and good, but it's all interesting. Like it's well and good that he would come up or whatever you want to say, but it's very interesting that he would do it that way. So, calls, says he's coming up. We go and have dinner with him the next day. But the day after that, he says he wants to come and pick me up for breakfast. So I said, yeah, sure, we'll go out for breakfast. Everything will be cool. And so we did. We went out so he came that morning, which was May 15th. 2014, to come and pick me up. Now, he picked me up and saw that I really do live in a trailer, a 26-foot trailer in a park. Um, and I guess he was appalled because about 2 months later, he contacted my mom and said, I'm appalled that you would let Serena live in a trailer. And she said, okay, that's great that you're appalled. Can't really do much about it because I'm a single provider for Serena and for me and for our pets and stuff. At the time, I was 19. To give you a little background, I was 19. I was still in high school. It hadn't been easy. School had never been really an easy thing for me, so it was taking me a lot longer to finish school. So I wasn't working or anything. I was doing part-time dog sitting jobs, but nothing that would consume a lot of time because I was still trying to finish school. Now, my mom also said, she sent him back something, and she said, well, if you really are appalled, why don't you, why don't you help us with rent? And in return, I'll start looking for a place for us to move to. And he said, sure. And so that equaled out to be $1,400 a month that he would send to my mom, and then she would pay to the landlord, which gave us a nice little in-law unit area, a detached in-law unit type of area from a 2-story house on a hill with a single family. So they were super nice and everything was cool. We got to have all our pets there, and everything was rock and roll awesome. But by June of 2015, I had done all my work and was done with school. I was done with high school, I should say. And by then, I had already looked into plenty of different job opportunities, but kept falling back to I wanted to do professional pet sitting for the rest of my life. I looked into it, and there's plenty of people who have made it their careers to open places on property. So that's why I also started these vlogs and sending postcards and stuff because I wanted financial backing to buy the property and to start building the buildings, doing all that stuff. With that, I sent my dad references and all that other stuff. And we talked to the phone. He said that, he couldn't, we talked to the phone about it and stuff like that. But he never mentioned to me once that if I kept doing this, he would stop rent. He did to my mom, I think, or I'm not really totally sure. But he ended up threatening to stop rent, and then within a week, he pretty much had stopped the rent. He never sent rent for August. So within that, we had to move out. So we moved out, moved back to the trailer. So that was my biggest concern with him sending me a text and saying that, I could pay rent for you guys. And there's also text messages there that show that, he said that, if I stop making these videos and sending postcards, that he would be willing to pay rent again. But it's too late. We moved out and we're back at the trailer. And I'm going to continue to make these videos because in that way, that's my way of saying that, I want to be a pillar of the community and I want this business. So, with that, I say, adios and stuff like that. If there's anyone who has any concerns, questions, anything like that, feel free to please put them in the comment section below, down there. Feel free to subscribe if you want. Or if anybody wants to subscribe or anything, feel free to do that too. I'm totally open to questions, other videos, stuff like that. I'll be making more videos, and that's it. Okay, thank you. Bye.